announcing Reluctantly Supernatural, a new and insightful podcast dealing with the issue of God's spiritual gifts in today's world. In this segment, Dr. Wade Goodall interviews hosts Mark Cowper-Smith and Bob Maddox as they share their personal experiences and reasons for starting this podcast.
A little bit about what's the problematic areas that you're seeing in the whole area of the prophetic? I know there's a lot of areas, but just bring it down to a nutshell here. What does it look like to you, and what are the things that we can do to not let that happen, but also encourage prophecy?
I'll start. I think people's greatest fear, when they're good-hearted people, which most Christians are, they don't want to shame God. They don't want to risk a word to somebody and have the word not be true. So the person walks away saying, not only do I not believe that person, I don't believe in their God either. And I think the delivery, how you deliver a spiritual gift, is almost as important as the gift itself. Particularly, say something like prophecy. I've had words for total strangers in restaurants and Starbucks and on airplanes. And when it's accurate, it's wonderful. When it's not accurate, it's the elephant in the room. So right. I teach people to do it this way. I say, look, don't tell them this is a word from the Lord. Don't say, I just heard from the Lord. Tell them exactly what just happened to you. For example, as we were talking, I just had this thought pop into my head about you. Does this mean anything to you? A guy in our church last week, I taught on prophecy 2 weeks ago, and he called me up and he said, I just had the most amazing experience. He's managing a company, and he just hired a brand new employee, a young guy in his 20s. And they were talking, the guy's hired, he'd been there for 3 or 4 days. My friend was the boss, he was talking to him, and all of a sudden, the word baseball popped into my friend's head, real strong, baseball, as he's looking at this kid, baseball. And he thinks, I think this might be the Lord, because we just taught on this, hearing things for other people from the Holy Spirit.
Sure. So
he said, does the word baseball mean anything to you? The kid said, yeah, I was a great baseball player in high school, and in college, I was drafted into the league. I was going to sign a big contract, and then I injured my elbow and lost the ability to pitch. He was a pitcher, and I can never do it again. His life was, he rode the crest of expectation, and then it just crashed. And my friend said, I didn't know what to say to him. And we talked, and I said, now you have a way into his life. The next question might be, how did it affect you to lose your dream? What was that like? How have you coped with that? Do you ever get angry about it? Wow. If there's a God, why would he let something like that happen to you?
Yeah.
He's now got 4 or 5 avenues of good questions that he can talk to this kid about, and they're going to end up talking about God.
Please plan on watching more of these insightful programs as Dr. Goodall interviews our hosts concerning God's power encounters in today's world. We invite you to subscribe to Reluctantly Supernatural so you can watch our upcoming podcasts where we will be interviewing church leaders and members about their experiences in the realm of God's supernatural gifts.